What are the Bourbon Junkies? He's Dan, I'm Sean. Man, I really thought you dropped it.
Nope, literally bouncing on the back of my hand. Today,
Just today.
we review WM Tarr. We're gonna share that. That was a lot.
Seemed like a lot. Seemed like not enough. Okay, we'll call it good.
That's perfect. I feel like those are great pours. So,
It seemed aggressive too.
new whiskey today.
Yeah.
This is pretty new whiskey. On the market, can find it. We saw it all over Kentucky.
Yes.
I don't know full distribution on it.
Party stores everywhere.
Full transparency, this was sent to us.
Yes.
So
it also was.
from themselves.
But spoiler alert, we wouldn't review it if we didn't like it. Well,
This bottle's almost half gone.
yeah.
So
Dan
honest thoughts,
Dan keeps drinking.
don't hate it.
This is a burr rye, isn't it?
Tis.
It's a burr rye.
And the cool thing is actually,
Man, that's why you like it so much.
yep, the mash bill is on the back, which is
Okay.
really cool. 8-year rye.
Okay.
The mash bill for the rye, 37 corn, 51 rye, 12 barley.
That's an interesting
So
one.
it's Kentucky rye.
Yep.
And then bourbon, 7 years old.
Okay.
Great ages on these for a burr rye.
Yes.
75 corn, 13 rye, 12 barley.
Okay.
And it is Kentucky straight, so they're both obviously from Kentucky. Now, I, being a humongous burr rye fan myself, like almost all of them. Actually, there are very few burr ryes I've had that I'm like, ew.
All right, Dan, since you've drank like most of this bottle, how you feel about it?
I love this bottle of whiskey. This is, I like Mythology's Hellbear, which is a burr rye.
Okay.
This has it's like a nice older stock burr rye. The nice thing that I do like about this that I think sets it apart, especially because it's like a $55, $60 bottle of whiskey.
Okay.
This being a $60-ish bottle is amazing for having those ages in it.
Okay.
And it's 114 proof.
114, yeah.
All the other burr ryes on the market are low proof.
90s.
Yeah.
normally, Yeah.
I think the Willet was higher.
The Willet's like the only one that isn't like 90.
Yeah.
Most
And then
burr ryes are blended to 90 proof.
the Foregate Bry is like barrel proof,
Yeah.
but it's also $200.
Yes.
So you're paying for like, and there's different whiskey in it, right? Whatever. The cool thing is this being pretty damn affordable, a 114 proofer, which is great proof,
Right middle of the road.
and
for
7-8 year
getting
whiskey.
up there. Yeah.
It's hard to beat those three things
The
together.
age comes through, I think, a lot on the nose. I get that like spiced tobacco.
Yeah. And
Like, maybe with some chocolate in there, like a little bit of red fruit.
if you don't like the dill aspect on rye,
Yeah.
this doesn't have it because Kentucky rye is high corn.
Yeah.
So it's a way sweeter rye.
Barely
Like,
legal rye.
yeah, the blends are like, it's so sweet.
I think the sweetness comes through in the palate more. Like it's a really, really sweet rye that you're just like, oh, that tastes like high rye bourbon, basically.
Yeah.
It's so sweet, and the proof kind of got me. I'm gonna have to go for a second drink because I assumed it was under 100 proof,
Well, most of them are.
and then I drank it. And
Yeah.
went, that's one.
High West Burr Rye is 90 something. And I think realistically the standard's High West Burr Rye, but the High West Burr Rye is, like I just said, lower proof, and it's like $80 to $100 now. And it's distillery only now. So like High West is making that harder to find, more expensive, and
Okay.
whatever. While this is a relatively new whiskey on the market, and
I think they did good.
I like this for an earlier release from a, I'm not going to say like the brand is, this might be a revival brand. It's probably something we should
we
know.
don't
that
know
we
everything
don't know.
about it. But we know the whiskey in the bottle is good, and we like
It's
it.
fantastic.
I keep getting like a honeyed peanut butter when I come back to the palate.
I think you know what, the rye, when you drink it, the rye is all on the finish.
Yep.
Almost none up front. The bourbon's heavy on the front, and then the rye's heavy on the finish. Mm-hmm. It's kind of cool because you get to round out both whiskeys almost a little separately. Like,
So what I look for in a burr rye is, do the two whiskeys in there fight each other? Because we've had it before where it was like, wow, the rye is like super strong and overpowering the mid palate, or it's spiky. I just want it to be a good drink front to back. I think this does it really well. They don't feel like they're fighting each other a lot. You get a lot of the flavor of the bourbon. You're still getting that finish of the rye that Dan was talking about. I'm a big fan.
there's like a clove mint on the finish, and that's definitely from the rye. Here, you know what's really
bit.
cool? At some point, we're gonna do like this
Burr rye off.
Burr rye blind thing. Knowing where High West source is from, and then knowing the mash bill of these sources, which we know they're not MGP.
Yeah.
Knowing the mash bills here, and then knowing the sources of High West, those are realistically, even though the proof's different, they're pretty comparable.
Yes.
Market wise, $80, $60 or whatever.
higher proof.
I wish that the proof. I'm glad the proof's 114. I wish the proof on that was like 100 or something like that. But
yeah,
don't know.
bring it up just a little bit.
Lost Monarch and this are probably my favorite two findable Burr Ryes right now.
All right, before we get to our grades, we're gonna take a quick moment to thank today's sponsor.
My name is Cookie, and your cat's favorite shirt company is sponsoring this video. IntoTheAM.com. They make my favorite shirts, and they probably make your cat's favorite shirts too.
All right, Cookie, thank you. We got to, does your shirt ever shrink in the dryer and then you can never wear it again because you're really close to sizing up because you ate too many candies, but you aren't there yet? IntoTheAM.com.
Yeah, you get them nice and they're already like pre-washed.
They
basically.
won't shrink, yeah.
They don't shrink on you.
the best.
Nice cotton. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan wore one of his favorites. So I figured I'd wear one of my favorite shirts.
Yep.
Got a nice steampunk owl. I like owls.
I like steampunk design.
Yeah, and they got a lot of cool
I
ones.
like gears and clocks and...
So you gotta go check out the graphic tee bundles. You get 3 for $60, amazing. Or you do my favorite, the 3 for $45. You get the basic tees, which I literally wear
fire.
nothing but those.
They're so good. The basic
Yeah.
tees are legitimately my favorite day-to-day tee. And
Comfy.
they're realistically cheap as hell.
Yep.
Because they last for a really long time. Because they don't shrink in the dryer and then get too small and then you can't wear them because you ate too many Snickers late at night or something. But come to find out, your cat likes them too. So if
There
you
you go,
don't click
cookie
the link
approved.
below, everybody, okay, even if you're a dog person, if my dogs were out here, they'd be a fan too. So
That's true. And they'd probably fit the shirt better. But hey, definitely go check into
that's
the
Cookie's
AM
favorite
out.
shirt. So
Sports people supporting us.
Yeah.
We thank you as always for working with the channel as a
100%.
sponsor. We love you guys. Back to the video.
cheers.
All right, we're back. Daniel, do you have a grade?
Yeah, at $60, I give this an A-.
I think it's a flat A for me.
Yeah.
There's nothing that really I can ding it on.
Yeah.
I think $60 is appropriately priced for the 114 proof.
I think it's a good price.
It's a good drink. I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot to really ding it on.
I like the fact that it is a Kentucky Burr Rye because I know now Fourgate's got me saying Bry
Rye,
instead.
yeah.
I just skip syllables now.
Well, at least you're not saying boo rye.
High West. And the Carters.
Yeah.
I do think I like it because it makes it different. Redwood Empire was sourcing from MGP. Mythology has some MGP in it. I don't know the Fourgate sources, but we know High West has MGP in it. So it's kind of cool to finally find one that's not a 95.5 rye.
Yeah, it's a
not
standout Kentucky.
just different.
Burr rye.
It's different. If you want, and the proof's great. The fact that they left it 140. Now there is a bottle of this that we don't have. That's the big boy one.
What's the big boy?
Me and you saw it in Kentucky on the Stag Pick. It was like $300.
Oh yeah.
12 or 14 years,
yeah,
something
it
like
had a,
way higher age statement.
Really high age statement with it.
Super intrigued by that bottle. Didn't pull the trigger solely due to pricing. It might be great. It might even be worth the price.
Probably is.
No
if,
idea.
if they're putting the $60 package together that
True.
well, I've got high hopes that the
That's a
$300
good
package is also high marks.
That's actually a really good point. Because sometimes we get into like some premium brand,
Yeah.
like Whistle Pig,
Yep. I wouldn't even say it.
where like I'm not saying their whiskey's bad, but you get into their brand and they don't even have an entry.
Yeah.
They've recently introduced the
Piggyback.
Yeah, which we didn't love, but it's made to be in cocktails.
$60 cocktail.
Their entry to market was like a $90 bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then their high end's 500, and so you're like, geez, oh Pete, man.
luck.
When you're that's a good point that when your entry's 60, the other one's probably pretty good if that's good. But yeah,
There
needless
you
to
go.
say,
That's what we got.
that's
for the
100% a
old-
buy at least
W
once.
Tarr.
Gotta try. If you like Burr Ryes, you gotta try it. So
I think it's worth it even if you don't like Burr Ryes. This could maybe sway you into Burr Rye camp.
Yeah.
Who knows?
the price tag on that bottle is in the current state of whiskey when everything's price tag is like over the moon.
Appropriate.
This is fantastic.
Yep.
So
We're the Bourbonjunkies. Like, comment, subscribe.
cheers.
Heartburn.
Oh no, not.
Proof's in the pour.